start early enough. I'm going to share my screen. Please mute your mic, everybody. I don't want to start doing all of these things again, please. Just mute your mic. All right, last class we
Can't you just record the video and send for you?
last class we actually looked at formal letter, and we used Microsoft Word for type. So we're going to do a few things today. So the objective for today is to do the revision of what we did last week. Also, we want to explore some commands on the insert menu. We are going to look at the steps to printing, and then we are going to look at everything that we have talked about for the day. That's quite clear. So let's start. And start another window. Mute. So last class, we did something like we typed address. Remember, that's the writer's address. The writer's address. We had the receiver's address. Then we had the salutation. Basically, salutation. Basically, the basic structure of a formal letter or of a letter. Or a formal letter. Salutation. We had the title. We had the body. Okay. Then we have the conclusion. Then we had the closing remark. Let me just use it as closing remark or closing remark. So the basic structure of a formal letter was what we looked at last week. Okay, closing remark. Yeah. So this is what we looked at last week. So we also said that we can do something like this, move this using the tab. There is a button on the keyboard called the tab button, TAB. And you can also do this using the ruler, right? We also said we can do this by using the ruler. Move it like this. Move it to this place. Then the other one backward. The hanging index. You can do something like that. We can use the hanging indent. Oh, it jumps the word. So we can use the hanging indent to move it from that place to this place, right? Right. So let's just move it with tab for now. Right. The receiver's address was there, which is fine. Then after the receiver's address, we had to use tab salutation. That's where we had our dear sir, or madam. Okay. English people will tell you. Then we had our title in the middle using the one of the alignments here, which is center. Once you click on the center alignments, it brings this to the middle. Okay. Unlike what some people use to do, they will press space bar, space, which is stressful. So the best thing is to do is to select this, then center. Come to the center. We also had formatting features too, right? We added formatting features to this. Remember, we had to give it font code. We gave it underline. Then we gave it a color of red, I guess. What happened? My color is not applying. Color red. Okay. So we gave it a color of red. Our body had paragraphs. We used tab to arrange the body as well. The closing remark, the conclusion. Also, another thing we also did last, I would appreciate if my application is, favorably granted and the likes of them like that. So the closing remark, someone said it's supposed to be at the right hand, which we try to do. And another person said we are okay leaving it at the left hand, which we also tried. So you can place it wherever you want as it pleases you. All right. In the course of our lecture, we have also gone through to save, where we spoke about the save and the save as command. All right. And we now know that whenever you click on save for the first time, it brings up what is called the save as command. Okay. So we are going to save it as formal letter. We are going to save it inside our document folder. There's a folder called My Documents, right? Formal letter. I click on save, all right? And I also have mentioned it in one of our class that you can make change. After making the change, you go back to this place and click on save. There you no longer see save as, but your document gets saved. All right. So we have used the save as and the save command in our previous class. So we also talked about the open command. We have actually spoken about the open command. Whenever you need to access any files that has been worked on in the previously, and you want to bring it back, you want to edit or you want to make an update to it. So it's quite cool. You can come here and click on open, then locate where the file is saved. For example, in our own case, we want to locate where we save our formal letter. Because we know that it was saved inside the document folder. All right, so right in the document folder, and we are looking for formal letter. So this is formal letter. Or another thing is, when you have a knowledge of what the file is, you can just come here and type the name of the file, formal. So you can see it's going to give you the suggestion. So just click on it. It's going to select it, then click open. Then we get our file loaded on our screen. All right. Also, we have done all of this last class. So let's proceed to what we're going to look at today. So today we're going to explore some commands on insert menu. When you look at the menu bar, like the other time, I think last class, we also talked about the Microsoft Word window, where we mentioned some parts of this window. We talked about the title bar, which has two things: the name of the document you're working on and the program you are currently using, right? It's considered as one feature of the title bar. And these three buttons, the minimize, the restore or maximize, then the close, found on the title bar. We had the menu bar, which we are going to look at today. So it was also covered in the last class. These are the menus, all right? So when you are referring to any of these tabs, you can call it menu: the home menu, the insert menu, the page layout menu, the mailing menu, the review menu, and the view menu. So all these can be called menu, or you call them tabs. It's quite good. So the next one, we actually spoke about the formatting toolbar. I said formatting is the changing the appearance of your text. Change the appearance of your text or object or anything you have on the screen. You want to add another feature to it. So that particular attribute is called formatting. All right. So for example, you can make this one bigger. we can increase the size, we can change the color to green. That's quite, it's looking good, you know, and do some skills here. Okay, you can select another fonts type. And so this basically was what we talked about last class. All right, so let's go back to where we're coming from. So we're exploring some commands on the menu bar. Now we have an idea of what the menu bar is. So let's explore some commands. So you see presently we are on the home tab. Okay, when you click on this, we are on the home tab. All right, so there are other tabs here that add several options. Okay, and I told you that all these things that you are seeing under them are referred to as what? Commands. Okay, so the cover, the blank, the page break, the table command, the picture commands, and you can call these ones command. What do we mean by command? Commands are used to execute actions, as we are going to see. For example, if I make a click on this, something will happen, isn't it? So that's a command. All right, so let's go into insert. Now, to my left, I'm just going to be picking the important ones. All right, so we won't look at everything so that we can look at other parts, because it is not everything that you're going to be using at once. Now, when you look at the cover page command, we enable you to select a predefined document. Some people call it template. All right, some call it template. All right, so but the cover page will enable you to select a predefined front page. For example, you are going to write your project when you get to 400 level. So you can select any of these for, excuse me, you can select any of these, right? Or basically, this is what we use for projects. So once you select this, it becomes the first page that you have in your document. All right, this is what I mean by page. Currently, when you look at this, you see that we have only one page, right? We have only one page. That is page one of one, and we have used 20 words. All right, so we can create more pages. Let's create more pages. So you can see that the number of pages is what is increasing. Okay, so currently we have 4 pages. This is the first page. As I've clicked on it, it has highlighted it here. So this is the first page. When I scroll down, this is the second page. You see that the number has changed to 2. This is the third page, right? And this is the fourth page. Now, if we select the cover page and select, let's use this template. The first page is going to get applied to the first page. You can see that it took us to what? To page 1, and everything on page 1 was moved to, is going to be moved to page 2. Look at, now this one is now page 2. Okay, let me undo it. Let me do it again. I come to cover page, I select this. It's going to replace this page 1 with what I've selected, as you can see, and it's going to move anything we have in here to our what? Our second page. So really don't, so you can type the name of your company. Let's call it NTI Projects, for example. So it's just a little design. Type document title. Let's say edit 122 projects. Type the document title, the likes like that, and that's not what we are doing for today anyway. It's just to show you how this cover page works. So you can select a predefined front page for your document here. So that's the essence. Now, when you look at the next one beside it, called the blank page, okay? So for those that cannot make the class online, the first some commands. Let me just give them some commands on the insert menu. If you have any question, you can ask me. I will see it in the chat box. Please use the chat box.
Behind the kitchen glass.
All right. So the first one, we have talked about the cover page. Cover page, and it contains templates for the front page. So your front page is the first page you have in your document. So the front page is the first page you have in your document. Okay. All right. Let's move to the next one. The blank page command. All right. Let me copy and paste this so that you can have it from the chat window. So you can copy it from there and paste it wherever you want to paste it. That's the objective. And so I go to the next one. The next one is called the blank page. If you want to insert new page to this document that we have currently, just come here and click on blank page. You can see that the number of pages is going to increase. Now we have 3 pages. When you click it again, now you have what? So I need to be confused. When you click it, you're going to have another page. When you click it, you're going to have another page. So basically, the blank page command.
Will the blank page appear under the cover page?
Of course, if you have cover page and you click on, the blank page will always come as the last. Once you click on blank page, it will always come as the last page in your document. It won't get appended at the top. It's going to, for example, let me go to the last.
But it will be under the cover page, right?
No, look at this is the last. This is the last page. Are you getting it? Look at, we have 6. So if I click on the blank page, it's going to add to, you can see this was the last, but after clicking on the blank page, it added another document to the bottom of the last page. Are you getting it? So the cover page adds to the front, that's the first, while the blank page adds to the last.
Okay.
It's all right. So the blank page will insert, it's going to insert a blank page. To the last document. Let's just put it that way. So the third one is called the page break. The page break means, for example, I can just type my name, only my name. I want this page only to contain my name, only one thing. Let me just type my name. Okay. Once I click on page break, it moves to the next page, right? Like you are done with this page. That is what it means. So we are done typing whatever I want to type on this page. We want to move to the next page. So it's going to throw you off to the next page, leaving the current page. I hope that is clear. So you can see it enables you to skip pages. That's the page break. Skips the current page and move to the next page. All right, let me skip the table for now. I'm still going to talk about the table. Now, the picture will enable you to bring in images into your document. I'm taking this as low as possible so that when you revisit the class again, you can get the points. Okay, that's why I'm taking it little by little. So when you click on the picture, it will bring up a dialog box, and the dialog box is called insert picture, right? So for example, I have saved my picture somewhere else on this computer. So I'm going to look for where I saved the picture. Let's say we have picture on the desktop, right? So I'm going to look for the picture. Do I have any? Okay, I have image. All right, let me include my processor. Okay. So you can see the image. Okay. So it's pretty much saying that when you that picture command, it's just give you the ability to include a picture or an image file. Okay, that's insert picture. Or let's just call it the picture command. Picture. You are able to select an image.
And look, under the picture, can we select picture from the pinpoint or correct draw?
Exactly. Any picture you have, just save it. Know where you have saved it, right? And look for where.
Okay.
For example, the former one that
Okay.
was showing. Let's see. Oops. I had this picture I had here. Oops. Things. 1 minute, please. All right. Look at this. Look at this image I have here.
Okay. Okay.
Look at these images I have here. Some of them were, I created some of them in CorelDRAW.
Okay.
Right. For example, this one that I have bitmap format, I created it using CorelDRAW. So I can select it and insert it in Microsoft Word document.
Okay.
I hope you get. So
Okay.
I can use that. All right. So we are not going to be talking about all the commands. I'm just trying to pinpoint the important points. So the clip art too, like you can insert images that look like a cartoonic image. Something not really looking like a picture, but something, it could be a comic. I really don't think I have any on this my system. So let's just use the predefined one that the computer has. So you can see. All right. I can select any other one again. All right. So that's about that. So we also have the clip art command for selecting an icon-like images. That's the images that look like an icon. All right. So basic shapes. So when you look at these basic shapes, you can select any type of shape that you want. For example, I want to fire an arrow to that person that is always disturbing me. I can select the arrow shape. Okay. And I can select the box. Okay. Once you select, this is what I do. Once you click on the basic shape, select the one you want, right? And you come here to drag. I'm sure you know how to drag and drop. You drag. That means clicking on the left side, the left button of your mouse. You hold it down until you get to a particular place that you're satisfied. So without leaving the mouse, I can do all of these things. But once I drop the mouse, it draws the picture. Okay? So I can use it to do anything. All right? That's a key part. Or that's what's it called? Basic shapes.
I know. I don't hear your voice.
We have different types of triangle. All right? We have different types of shapes. So you can select it and you can draw. All right, so let's move on.
Okay.
I'm going to remove that immediately after this session. All right. The charts and the lines like that. Header and footer. I'm going to teach you this another time. Header and footer, not now. It's basically part of what we should know. I'm going to take you through the header and footer part. So the page number, aha. Okay, I want my page to have, like, I have 9 pages on this document. I have 9 pages. When you look at the left side of my screen, I have 9 pages, and I want to number all of them. I want to give them number. I can select the position of my document. If I want it to be to the left, I want it to be at the middle or at the right hand. Okay, I want the page numbering. If I want it to be at the bottom. One minute. Mute your mic, everyone.
Hello, sir. All these shapes and smart heart chart, whatever. Can we make use of it, or it's not necessary?
Yeah, of course, if you want to personally use it, for example, someone that is a math teacher or whoever that feels shape in, you want to do your lesson plan and you need to do this, probably to make an illustration in your, in the notes you're going to be presenting to your children. Why not? You can come to charts, then basic, and select. There are more than this. There are more. You can see all of them. You can't be doing all from the beginning to the end. So let's
What of the hyperlinks, bookmark, and cross-reference?
I'm saying you really don't need hyperlink, but hyperlink is used to connect different files together. For example, I can have another file in Microsoft Word or on the documents on the website. I want people to read from here, and you don't need all of those things. I'm giving you the ones you need, right?
Okay.
Just keep. So the next one.
Yeah, what's the dining table? The thing don't make holes. They get hole about 2 places.
Let me drop this in the chat box for you, so you can copy and.
Marcus is there. Yeah, fine. No, they had to carry the caso da.
Who is this now?
I don't know.
Please, let's just respect ourselves. Thank you. So let's continue. Now the page numbering, once I click on the page numbering, it's going to bring an option for me. All right, these are the steps. Go to insert. Okay, select page numbers. I want to have my page number at the top of the page. Okay, so let me just get right. So, bringing me to this window, it is expecting me to press enter. Once I click outside of this, it means I am okay with whatever thing I want. If I should click outside, you can see the number here. 1. Look at the other one. 2. The other one. 3. This is the third page. Look at the other one. 4.
No, you try. Now only when they are in where they fall, I make the thing one.
Hey, now wow.
Can someone figure out who the person is for me? So, all right.
I'm not flowing with you.
Okay,
I'm not flowing with you.
All right. So we have just 2 minutes.
So I'm not flowing with you, sir.
We have 2 minutes more. You message me privately. I'm going to attend to any of your questions. If you have any question, just message me privately. I'm going to attend to it. So we have 2 minutes more. Then we'll come back in the next 10 minutes to complete what we have started. And when we come back, we are going to be using tables. All right. Then I think I'm going to start from, I'm not going to use text box now. I'm going to start from word arts because this really much looks very presentable. Okay, so we are starting from word arts. Once we do the word arts, then we'll quickly look at how we can use table. Then possibly, if time permits,
I don't
then
even know what they are saying here.
we'll use tables to draw up a timetable. All right. So you can use table to construct a timetable, make maybe a meal timetable or something. So I'm going to do that here in class. So let's go for a break. And by the time we come back, so by 4:44 exactly, we will start the class again. So if you have any question, please message me on WhatsApp now. Thank you. Enjoy your day.
Yeah, I'm going on break.